What's up, pilots? Hope you're doing all right. In my previous upload, I promised you a video regarding some footage that, or utilizing some footage that Armored Core Lore was gracious enough to give me. And for that, I am grateful. So, the loud whirring noise you're hearing is my wheel bearings. And it could also just be the engine itself. I don't know. I've got a 4.7 liter V8 Jeep Commander from 2008. This thing, she's my baby. I call her Sera The Silver Dragon. She's got 186,000 miles on it, and I've put 34,000 miles on her in 2 years. 2 whole years of owning her. So yeah, which you average 10,000 a year. That's a bit much. Anyway, cookies. So that's the noise you're going to be hearing on top of the AC. Because it's a bit toasty outside. I don't know if you knew that or not. Oh, there's a heat haze over there. Nice. I love seeing fields and stuff, and like just fields of crops and like the mist and stuff rising off of it in the heat. I love it. So to get into the topic at hand, Armored Core 3 was my introduction to the game series of Armored Core itself, the franchise, and it being my initial bread and butter. Stopping? Good. That's good. No vehicular manslaughter or anything like that at the moment. That's good. No insurance claims. All right. So, look, you're cramping my style, Whirlies. Thank you, Squeakies. But yeah, I've got a heater core that needs to be replaced, or the fan for it anyway. Blower motor fan. That's what it is. Blower motor fan. Took a minute. The heater core is fun because my Jeep breathes fire. It's the blower motor fan that needs to be replaced. Oh, that actually plays into my obsession with Armored Core 3 back in the day. I can tie this in, so I'm not just rambling. I promise. I had a strong enough grasp of like engineering and like actual robotics and stuff like that as a kid. When I say kid, I mean like early teens, which is wild to me. And a basic enough understanding of hydraulics, pistons, support rods, stabilizers, all that fun stuff, as well as shell casings and how to actually house things, tension cables, pulley systems, all that stuff. I could use that. Bless me. Oh man, that was a good sneeze. Oof, that was a hard reset. I was able to use my basic understanding as well as digging into a little bit more on robotics and engineering to, in my head, I could build the parts of an AC. Anybody else get that extreme into it? Like, I understood the mechanics of it and how it worked, what you needed, like how to build the actual operational parts to move this thing and give you full articulated movement. Like, if you could move that way, it could move that way. That sort of stuff. Full range of motion. And I always talked about how, I'm glad that I played Armored Core 3 and I got so into it, because if I didn't have that, I wouldn't understand how smart I was. And then I wouldn't be able to sit there and complain openly about how I didn't have enough money or engineers to make this thing happen. Because I assure you, if I'd have been a wealthy kid, like we're talking like Rockefeller money, if I'd have had that, oh, you best believe ACs would be a thing. I was way too big of a fanboy. There was no... I'm at a golf course. I'm going to see if they're going to come along. Alright, cool. Always try to give people the right of way if you can. You got to be safe, y'all. It's not me versus all of y'all. It's all of us versus, society. We're in this together. It's all of us versus despair, all of us versus discord and chaos and madness. Like, we're in this together, all right? That's why I'm so big on saying that I love y'all, because I'm extremely grateful for y'all. Y'all inspire me to create. Whenever y'all interact, whenever y'all subscribe, whenever you comment, like whenever you do stuff, and I see my view counts go up, I see my subscriber count go up, it means a lot to me. It makes a big difference. But all that aside, as a kid, I had a grasp of what was going on. And playing missions like this one here, running around through layered and going against rebellion groups initially, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta take him down. The controller is just trying to help, and then to actually get into the story more and be like, oh snap. I think, oh man, oh no, am I the, are we the baddies? Like, it's that moment, and it was wild to me to have that happen. And I'm assuming the thing actually played the video. I have no idea if it did or not. But to go through that mission, and again, Armored Core Lore, thank you for the footage. But to go through that mission and be like, all right, look, I'm being paid good money for this. I'm here to do giant robot fights, and I kind of feel like the bad guy here. I don't know if I trust this. But, like, just going through that, the story itself was so intriguing. There was so much to it. It was a layered story. Ah, look at that. I got jokes. I'm fucking hilarious. There you go. There's your one F word. At 5 minutes and 55 seconds. That's the quality stuff you're here for. I'm telling you. F-bombs when it matters most. But I was so enthralled by the story. I got so into it. I could build these machines in my head. I would eat, sleep, and breathe Armored Core. If I wasn't playing Armored Core, it was Legend of Dragoon, Phantasy Star 4, and Kingdom Hearts 1. Like, that was my life. And also Manhunt, because I was a very troubled youth. But it's just all this stuff together brought me to the realization that I wanted Armored Core to be a mainstay in my life throughout. And it started with Armored Core 3. So, to have... There we go. You gotta back up and be careful, y'all. You gotta be safe. To have that be a huge part of my life, and on top of that, to get to fight the giant bug queen, what was it, the bioengineered weapons, which I don't have any clips of that, but to fight the bug queen and to have it just along the ceiling and just absolutely ruin me the first time I went in there. Like, I actively enjoyed getting destroyed. Like, it was fun. I was like, oh, I got wrecked. Okay, I gotta come back. All right, I saved right before that mission. I know what I'm going into. I know what I've got available. We're about to throw hands. So it brought something to my life that I desperately needed. All of a sudden, instead of watching Gundam or Zoids or Metabots, all of a sudden I got to be the giant robot pilot, and that changed everything for me. I absolutely lost it. I loved that game, and like the PvP in the arena, like getting to play against pilots that show up in the game. And Exile, oh my god. My favorite was Ace in the beginning, and like getting to take on Ace, I was like, okay, cool. I'm here for it. Like, this dude's #1. He's a bad man with jam. I'm about to take him down. And for him to hand me my ass on a silver platter a few times, and then finally figure out, okay, cool. Now I'm getting good. This is what I need to do to win. And then to actually be able to tweak my combat style and my loadout and then come out on top. To find, after a few defeats, what works for me. Because I got my ass kicked, and then, okay, I stood a better fight. Okay, I almost had him. Okay, now it's my turn. And just to lay him out. To not drop below even half health and take him out on the 4th and final run. It was 3rd time's the charm, 4th time's the win. Like, that's, oof, it was magical. It made all the difference in the world. And then to go and beat the game after fighting, which you should be seeing that right about now as well, fighting your way to the controller at the end of the game. This rampant AI defeating everybody in your way, going through all these waves of enemies, trying your best to fight and protect the rebellious groups that are scattered throughout layer, going through the whole, oh my god, if you've played it, you know it, but the, what is it, I think it's like the nature preserve zone or whatever, where the whole layer is just nothing but like swamplands and stuff, and just this tropical forest setup made all the difference in the world in terms of like atmosphere and being immersed in the world of the game. I've got mustache hairs tickling my nose hairs. I love my Jeep. But just to go through all that and then to fight your way to the controller and after all of this and not knowing what's going to happen. Like, you could be single-handedly destroying and ending all life in Laird, and you wouldn't know. But all you knew was that this had to stop. It was better to not have the controller and defend for yourselves than to have the controller and be guaranteed destruction. To be enslaved and not do anything about it is the worst thing that you can do, and I was gonna fight. I am 100% Defiance incarnate. I will not sit there and I will not tolerate it. So, that's why I like White Glint so much, because White Glint is my bread and butter. I finally got to see a character that emulated everything that I loved about Rebellion, about Defiance. And it's also why I like Bowser so much. He's in it for the girls. Or one in particular. But it made all the difference to me to play Armored Core 3 and then to fight your way through all kinds of hell just to get to the controller, defeat the controller, and then deciding that it's better to be free and it's better to be free and not have a guaranteed future than to be enslaved and have no future. And I would much rather have. I lived and breathed that as a kid. So, especially in the rebellious teen years, which is when I played it. So, it worked out great. But that game gave me a whole new world to explore. And I know from then on, I had to play the rest of them. So I played Armored Core 2, and then Armored Core 2 Another Age, Armored Core Nexus, Armored Core Last Raven. I also played Ninebreaker. What else did I play? Also, I don't understand how I played Last Raven the first time. Wholesale stomped the hell out of that game. Like, there was no stopping me. And then I played it again years later. And I don't think I've been abused so badly by that game before in my life. And I've played the Souls games. Or at least a few of them. Jesus Christ. Like, I had to get a restraining order. It was definitely a whole new world. Oh, God. Fucking Little Mermaid. It was an experience, and I will never, ever, 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 ever forget that. Like, Armored Core 3 is where I started. And that's where my love for mecha really, truly took hold. Like, it wasn't just Power Rangers and Metabots and Gundam and Zoids and all that other shit. Transformers. It wasn't just that. It was I got to be the guy. That's what it was. And it made all the difference in the world to me. And I hope that we can have people play Armored Core 6 for the first time ever. Their first ever play of an Armored Core game. And I hope that it goes well for them. I want to support them. I want to see them do well. I want to welcome them to the fold, because it is time that we get some new blood in this, and it's time that we accept that it's time to move forward. Because we can't just stay stuck in the past. We can only make so much content on that anyway. We might, and if this does well, they might remaster the games for us. Like, give them like HD remasters or HD remakes, whatever. Give us brand new touched up graphics and a few things that we wanted before but didn't have. So I say lean into it. We got to lean into this, because if we float around too much and we let things die on the vine, we're gonna be the ones that are to blame for it again. We can't have that happen again. We can't let this just leave us behind. I'm not gonna let it leave me behind. I'm gonna stick with it and keep going forward. And you do what you want. I'm gonna trust you to make your decisions, but I'm not letting this leave me in the dust. I'm going to get this game. I'm going to play it. I don't care what I've got to do or how I have to get it. I'm going to get it. And I'm going to play it. And I'm going to move forward. So, love you. Hope you're doing all right. Support things down in the description. Again, thank you Armored Core Lore for the footage. I didn't feel like scripting this one. It didn't feel right, because I want to speak from a place of passion, which is what I feel for this game, for Armored Core 3. And if you haven't yet, subscribe. Be sure to like, comment down below. Hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload in the future. Other than that, y'all have a good rest of your day. I'm going to go in here and get to work on, honestly, this video. So, now that this is recorded, everything's well. My Jeep is 1,000 degrees. It's a bit warm. Y'all stay cool, and I'll see you out there.